Okay, you know what? I don't know how this is going to go, but I thought I'd try to record it anyway. What I want to do is I want to build a cardboard mock-up of that desk. After I did my measurements, I went to SketchUp and I started drawing it up. And I'm still not convinced that the angles and the heights are all correct. So I've got all this cardboard from various things, so I might as well quickly, or try to quickly, do this up and see visually how it's going to look. When I was younger, it was a different thing for me. I would just do it, and if it didn't work out, well, then I'd try again. But now that I'm older, and especially now that I got so many different things that I need to be doing all the time, I want to make sure that I get it right the first time, because I don't have time to do it another time. I want to get this right so I can start using this office for what I need to do. Right now, all my editing gear is out in the living room, and that's where it's been for the past few months. Before that, it was actually in here while I had got other parts of the house done. It's been a real back and forth thing. That's the thing when you're renovating a small house. I don't have a lot of space. So this is the end panel that will go here. Kind of, it's the right height now anyway. I just need to make it so that it will stand up. I figure I can bend it over like that, tape that up, and I'll be good. The thing is, I don't have to make this perfect. I just need to get an idea of these. Mainly it's the keyboard, where the keyboard's going to go, and the mouse thing, and the height of the monitors, and everything else is based off of that. I'll be turning the camera on and off while I'm doing this. So I need to go out and look at my design of SketchUp. I'm just cutting the parts out here. Not to the exact size, but to the exact height. I need this one to be 33. I figure if I add this one to the bottom, it'll get me up there. Like that. I think that's it. Where's my tape? I had a roll of duct tape. I know I did. But I'll be damned if I can find that now. And never find the end of this thing. My original thought for this was to do it in OSB, because I've got a sheet of that down in my basement that I don't need. But then I thought, oh, it's going to a lot of trouble, man. I mean, this alone is going to a lot of trouble. I had to round up all this cardboard and break it down. But you know what, I'd rather spend a little bit of time now it takes to do this and be sure, you know what I mean? Okay, so that's those two. I just need to make the one that goes in between. Okay, so I'm going to come back here, 9.5, and this is 29. I've just taken these measurements from my SketchUp drawing, and this is 27. I'm just going to connect those dots and cut them out. And then the tray for the keyboard is going to go in this area right here. It's going to come out a little ways here. So I need a long piece that's around about that size. And that's just right. For width anyway. I'll just put those on. And then for length, I think it might be okay if I leave one of those ends on it. So this, and then, so, this is going to be flimsy as hell. So the best thing for me to do is use this one as a template to make a mark on that one over there. So I'll know where that thing goes, right? Right. So now I can take this and tape it on there, like so. See, I spent a lot of time when I was a kid playing with cardboard boxes. We get a new fridge, you know, a new stove, whatever. Wow. Great fun. Great fun for hours on end. But then, you know what? That was before video games and before the internet. And really, from my perspective, it was almost before TV because we only had 2 channels. And you know what? In the middle of the day, whatever, you're home sick from school, there wasn't anything to watch except soap operas, which I was kind of into, but not that much. Anyway, you can see where I'm going with this, can't you? Of course you can, because you're observant people. All right, I'll bend that over like that, I think. Tape that in. More like that, I think, and then that'll stay there, I think. Isn't this fun? This is not woodworking, this is cardboard working. The other thing about this channel that I started a very specific purpose, and that was to post, mainly to post videos that weren't going to get a lot of views. But now I find that I want to be posting videos on here, which is stupid because I've got 3 other channels where videos would do a lot better if I posted them there. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sit in my chair now, and I'm going to see how this feels even before I do anything else. Okay, let's carefully move this in. So here's the way it would be. Now I can see that it easily clears my knees, so it's probably higher actually than it absolutely needs to be, but I think this is comfortable enough. Now if my knees are up like that, and then I think this is right. I think it is. I think it is. The best thing for me to do would be to, I think the thing for the mouse is right too. See, because this will come in as close as this. I want the monitors in as close as possible to me because that way you can get the detail. I've got a 4K monitor, and if it's too far away, everything is too tiny. So, unless I scale it up, which I currently have done, but you're not using, you know, the capability of the monitor then. So anyway, I think the keyboard tray feels right because my arm over here, resting on the pad here, the keyboard, I'm basically using my left hand to hit the space bar to do play. I got keyboard shortcuts set up for different operations and during editing. It's basically the same thing for SketchUp. I'm using the mouse for a lot of the functions there, keyboard for secondary stuff. Alright, I taped the side onto that tray up there. And I got this piece right here, and I know that this sticks back 14 inches. And that will go up here like that. So I'll tape that on and see what that seems like. Anyway, getting back to what I was talking about, but you know, putting stuff on this channel, and I could be putting it on my other channels that have a lot more subscribers. They actually have some subscribers. Not saying you guys aren't subscribers, but 200 subscribers is not very much. But then I haven't done anything to promote this channel in any way. Like I say, I don't want there to be any rules here on this channel. I want to be able to do whatever the fuck I feel like doing. So, and that includes swearing. If I feel like doing that, god damn it. I don't want to have rules. I fucking hate rules, to be honest. I have always hated rules. Whenever that was a big motivating factor for me during you know, my life. If anybody quoted rules to me or said you can't do that, bang, I want to try to do that. That was really something that would, you know, get to me every time. If you want me to do something, even if I don't want to do it, just challenge me in that way and I'll do it. This is pretty rickety, but I need a piece to go across the top too. Another one over here. But the grain of the grain's going in the right way. And I'll do is I'll just bend it like this. And if I'm not in the camera, I apologize. I'm trying to be. My chair doesn't move. But then that's the way it's designed. It's designed not to move. So here we go. Like that. Now the monitor, see, this would be longer, right? This would only be the part in front of me. There'll be another longer bit out here. Other monitor over here. The bigger monitor here. Computer down underneath. All that I talked about in the other video, if you bothered to watch it. And if you didn't, well, always can. Anyway, so that up there. Now I need to make something that represents the monitor so I can sit here in my chair and look at it and see how it's going to look. It's a pain in the ass finding the end of this. Normally what I do when I'm done using the tape is I will take the end of it here and fold it over like that so that I got a starting tab. That's a little bit annoying to do that every time when you're using it like this. Okay. So then this will go up here like this. And that barely, I can barely support that. I'm going to take this on like so. And I'm going to check the measurements and compare it to what I have in my drawing. I know that I had like 54 from the floor up to the top of the monitor in the drawing. And here I have 53, so there's an inch in the difference. But then that's not really that big a deal. So I'll sit down again and oh, I know where the inch came from. That's sagging quite a bit. So this will come in, and if I'm sitting up more, which I probably won't be doing, I'll be doing like this. I'll be getting this in. Wow. I'll be getting this in as tight as I possibly can in a little cocoon here, a little nest, man. And so, no, that feels good. That feels right. That feels perfect, actually. The monitor is probably a little high, but like I say, these are adjustable. That's adjusted all the way up to the full height. What I think I'll do is I'll reduce the height of this part here by 2 inches. I only need enough space between this tray and the top for the cord for the keyboard to fit through. I don't need anything else there, right? I don't need any more space. There's no other things going there. But this is the main part that I was concerned about right here, is the armrest for the mouse, and it's just right, and the keyboard height is perfect. And then when I'm done with it, I just push it out of the way because it'll be on wheels, and the wheels that I'll use won't tear up the floor. Not to mention that this is not as heavy as this chair, especially with me in it. So yeah, that's it. That's how you make a cardboard mock-up of the thing that you're thinking about making. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be close to exactly what you're making. Just that you get these basic things, you know, figured out. On SketchUp, it looked like the height of the monitor was good. I can see now that it's about 2, maybe 3 inches too high. So I'll lower that down. The top will go lower. But the other stuff here that I worked out is all aces.